Hello, welcome back to the Story Corner. Unless you're new, which of course, then welcome. Hi, it's story time. Here's Kaylissa doing a very odd dance. Okay, that's a little strange. Sorry I'm late. Caden has been screaming. He's teething. Shh. He's getting an eye tooth and a molar at the same time, and he was like screaming for probably 40 minutes. Anyway, but he's finally happy playing, so we'll see how long that lasts. But yeah, I worked 6 hours for one of my jobs, plus some other stuff I did too. But he is so done. He was ready for mama, and we had a very, 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 very stressful day. So yeah, here we are coming to read. Oh, and before we get started, just for fun, what did you have for dinner? We had. Oh my goodness! Shh! Don't be noisy, because then they can't hear me. We had Spanish rice, and it was good, made from scratch. Like I made the tomato sauce and everything. And it was.
Mom, I'm talking about the big blue tape.
Oh, that's in the closet probably. You can turn that light on in there and leave it on. There. Maybe that's better. Anyway. I made the Spanish rice from scratch and then just cottage cheese and green, really yummy green salad was extra good. So it was super yum, and I didn't do dessert. Will you leave that light on?
Yeah, forgot.
And
Mom,
I'm not going to do dessert. Go ask Mother to help you. Anyway, yeah, I'm not going to make dessert. I'm too tired and I still have too much work to do. So we'll just have to eat chocolate chips or something if we want something sweet. Anyway, I'll show off a couple of things I've made, because why not promote my little online store, which the link is in the bio. Plus, most of the stuff I'm showing, because I have boxes and boxes of stuff that I made that I used to take and display at the craft shows, but I haven't done one for a long time. So it's just in boxes, and it's a ton of work to put each item in my store because I only have one of them. So most people will do all the work for like a t-shirt or whatever, and then they'll just sell 1,000 of them. But I have to do all that work for every single item. So it just takes forever to add stuff to the store. And then once somebody buys it, that's it. I have to replace it with something completely different because I don't make any two alike. So most of these aren't in my store. So if there's ever anything you see like, oh my heck, I want those, you can message me, leave me a text me, or, anyway, because they're here, they're available. But here's these. Oh my goodness, I'm so tired. Here's these earrings. So they're in a cute little metal frame, a flower frame, and then they just have the resin sparkly, so I'm trying to show off how sparkly they are, but they have this kind of pink, it's not even glitter, it's little pink iridescent flakes, and they're cute. I kind of like them because it's little chunks of, I don't know how well you can see, but they're super cute. I like the flowers, they're cute to me. And then I haven't done a lot of these because I know a lot of people don't really like big earrings, but I don't know, I kind of like the look of the danglier ones. So these super sparkly, as you can see in the light, these have a really fine glitter in them, pink, kind of a almost gold pink hue. And so like if that was, hanging from your ear, it would be like, down your neck that far. So about like that. Anyway, yeah, really cute. Okay, showing off my stuff, yawning. And then to the story. So, letter 7. 7. Letter 12. I mean, it's Roman numerals, so it's X11, which is 12, not V11, which would be 7. So I'm like tired. Okay. Mr. Villers to Evelina. So this is from the Reverend guy. Berry Hill, October 3rd. Now, the last letter she wrote to him, I'm just curious, so I gotta go back, is, that was a long letter. October 2nd. So that last letter she wrote to him, he hasn't even got yet. So here's the next one for him. What's that?
A box. I taped it up.
Oh, I see. I thought it was like a package or something. I was like, we got a package? Okay. Berry Hill, October 3rd from Mr. Villers. Your last communication, my dearest child, is indeed astonishing. That an acknowledged daughter and heiress of Sir John Belmont should be at Bristol, and still my Evelina bear the name of Anville, is to me inexplicable. Yet the mystery of the letter to Lady Howard prepared me to expect something extraordinary upon Sir John Belmont's return to England. Whoever this young lady may be, it is certain she now takes a place to which you have a right indisputable. An after marriage I never heard of, yet supposing such a one to have happened, Miss Evelyn was certainly the first wife, and therefore her daughter must at least be entitled to the name of Belmont. Either there are circumstances in this affair at present utterly incomprehensible, or else some strange and most atrocious fraud has been practised. Which of these two is the case, it now behooves us to inquire. My reluctance to this step gives way to my conviction of its propriety, since the reputation of your dear and much injured mother must now either be fully cleared from blemish, or receive its final and indelible wound. That's sweet. He wants Evelina to be claimed by her father like she has a right to be, but he's also worried that Evelina's mother, whatever happens to, because she's dead, right? She died clear back when Evelina was born, but he doesn't want her reputation to be destroyed even more by some sort of altercation with John Belmont. The public appearance of a daughter of Sir John Belmont will revive the remembrance of Miss Evelyn's story in all who have heard it. Who the mother was will be universally demanded, and if any other Lady Belmont shall be named, the birth of my Evelina will receive a stigma against which honour, truth, and innocence may appeal in vain, a stigma which will eternally blast the fair fame of her virtuous mother, and cast upon her blameless self the odium of a title which not all her purity can rescue from established shame and dishonour. No, my dear child, no. I will not quietly suffer the ashes of your mother to be treated with ignominy. Her spotless character shall be justified to the world. Her marriage shall be acknowledged, and her child shall bear the name to which she is lawfully entitled. It is true that Mrs. Mervyn would conduct this affair with more delicacy than Mrs. Selwyn. Yet perhaps to save time is, of all considerations, the most important, since the longer this mystery is suffered to continue, the more difficult may be rendered its explanation. The sooner, therefore, you can set out for town, the less formidable will be your task. Let not your timidity, my dear love, depress your spirits. I shall indeed tremble for you at meeting so singular and so affecting, yet there can be no doubt of the success of your application. I enclose a letter from your happy and unhappy mother, written and reserved purposely for this occasion. Mrs. Clinton, too, who attended her in her last illness, must accompany you to town. But without any other certificate of your birth, that which you carry in your countenance, as it could not be affected by artifice, so it cannot admit of a doubt. So basically, she looks so much like her mother that there's no way he could deny that she's his daughter. And now, my Evelina, committed at length to the care of your real parent, receive the fervent prayers, wishes, and blessing of him who so fondly adopted you. Mayest thou, O child of my bosom, mayest thou in this change of situation experience no change of disposition. but receive with humility and support, with meekness, the elevation to which thou art rising. May thy manners, language, and deportment all evince that modest equanimity and cheerful gratitude which not merely deserve but dignify prosperity. Mayest thou, to the last moments of an unblemished life, retain thy genuine simplicity, thy singleness of heart, thy guileless sincerity. Listen to the way they talk. He speaks so eloquently and with such feeling. He expresses himself so well. I mean, think about that compared to a text you get from somebody today or a conversation. Like, I just totally feel like literally he said that. I mean, I mean, think of the difference of how unintelligent we sound these days. It's interesting. And mayest thou, stranger to ostentation and superior to insolence, with true greatness of soul, shine forth conspicuous only in beneficence, etc. Arthur Villers. Now, let me check letter 13, because if it's very long, I'm not. Oh, it's short. Okay, we're going to read 13 too. Enclosed in the preceding letter. So, this is the letter her mother wrote before she died to Sir John Belmont in anticipation of her child ever meeting him. Lady Belmont to Sir John Belmont. In the firm hope that the moment of anguish which approaches will prove the period of my sufferings, once more I address myself to Sir John Belmont in behalf of the child who, if it survives its mother, will hereafter be the bearer of this letter. Yet in what terms, O most cruel of men, can the lost Caroline address you, and not address you in vain? O deaf to the voice of compassion, deaf to the sting of truth, deaf to every tie of honor, say in what terms may the lost Caroline address you, and not address you in vain? Shall I call you by the loved, the respected title of husband? No, you disclaim it. The father of my infant? No, you doom it to infamy. The lover who rescued me from a forced marriage? No, you have yourself betrayed me. The friend from whom I had succor and protection? No, you have consigned me to misery and destruction. O hardened against every plea of justice, remorse, or pity, how and in what manner may I hope to move thee? Is there one method I have left untried? Remains there one resource unessayed? No, I have exhausted all the bitterness of reproach and drained every sluice of compassion. Hopeless and almost desperate, 20 times have I flung away my pen, but the feelings of a mother agonizing for the fate of her child, animating my courage as often I have resumed it. Perhaps when I am no more, when the measure of my woes is completed, and the still, silent, unreproaching dust has received my sad remains, then perhaps when accusation is no longer to be feared, nor detection to be dreaded, the voice of equity and the cry of nature may be heard. Listen, O Belmont, to their dictates. Reprobate not your child, though you have reprobated its mother. The evils that are past, perhaps when too late you may wish to recall. The young creature you have persecuted, perhaps when too late you may regret that you have destroyed. You may think with horror of the deceptions you have practiced, and the pangs of remorse may follow me to the tomb. O Belmont, all my resentment softens into pity at the thought. What will become of thee? Good heaven, when with the eye of penitence thou reviewest thy past conduct. Hear then the solemn, the last address with which the unhappy Caroline will importune thee. If, when the time of thy contrition arrives, for arrive it must. Are you a dog?
Yeah.
Okay. When the sense of thy treachery shall rob thee of almost every other, if then thy tortured heart shall sigh to expiate thy guilt, mark the conditions upon which I leave thee my forgiveness. Thou knowest I am thy wife. Clear then to the world the reputation thou hast sullied. Okay. What's so funny? What you laughing at? And receive as thy lawful successor the child who will present thee this my dying request. Oh, you want to come say hi? Say hi? Ah. All right, are you a puppy too? Do I have two puppies? The worthiest, the most benevolent, the best of men, to whose consoling kindness I owe the little tranquillity I have been able to preserve, has plighted me his faith that, upon no other conditions, he will part with his helpless charge. Shouldn't thou, in the features... You're taking me to help you. Shouldst thou, in the features of this deserted innocent, trace the resemblance of the wretched Caroline, should its face bear the marks of its birth, and revive in thy memory the image of its mother, wilt thou not, Belmont, wilt thou not, therefore, renounce it? O babe of my fondest affection, for whom I already experience all the tenderness of maternal pity, look not like thy unfortunate mother, lest the parent whom the hand of death may spare shall be snatched from thee by the more cruel means of unnatural antipathy. I can write no more. The small share of serenity I have painfully acquired will not bear the shock of the dreadful ideas that crowd upon me. Adieu forever. Yet, oh, shall I not, in this last farewell, which thou wilt not read till every stormy passion is extinct, and the kind grave has embosomed all my sorrows, shall I not offer to the man once so dear to me a ray of consolation to those afflictions he has in reserve? Suffer me then to tell thee that my pity far exceeds my indignation, that I will pray for thee in my last moments, and that the recollection of the love I once bore thee shall swallow up every other. Once more, adieu, Caroline Belmont. Now I'm going to look and see. What to do? How long the next one is. Oh, it's kind of a long one. Okay, we will save this next one for tomorrow. So we are done for today. It's kind of a short. Today, 2 short ones, but that's okay because I started really late and it's almost 10 o'clock here, and I don't see myself getting to bed before 2 with all the work I still have to do. So I'll go get to work, get done with all the stuff I have to do, and I will see you hopefully tomorrow when you stop by. And if you can't come on live, they're always there after, so then you can watch them again later and stay caught up with the story. So I'm gonna go, and I appreciate you. It's really special to me that anyone would take some of their very valuable, precious time and spend it here with us and have story time with us and do reading. That's just so very sweet, and I appreciate it so much. And I do this because I miss my children. They're so far away, and we always loved reading and story time, and so this is my way to stay connected and just relive some of our days when they were young, my big children, because I have my baby, but I have my adult children that are far, far away. So say bye-bye. I love you. Mwah. Okay, we will see you next time. Thanks for stopping by the story corner. You're too cute. You're too cute. Mwah. You're too sweet. All right. Good night.